Last week I took a hard look at the Republicans. Well, now here's a much softer look at the other side because I'm extremely biased. Here are 5 disappointing things about the Democratic Party. Number 1, it's frequently spineless. I'm a Democrat, but that doesn't mean that I am not frequently frustrated with the Democratic Party. One of the most frustrating things about the Democrats is how often they allow the Republicans to dominate discussion of serious issues. In retrospect, the passage of the Affordable Care Act in 2009 seems like a minor miracle. I mean, how did that happen? It seems unthinkable, even though the Democrats had majorities in both houses of Congress at the time. Why is it so difficult for the Democrats to take control even when they are in control? Well, I have a few ideas for why that might be, actually. For example, number 2, it's reluctant to own its successes. So about the Affordable Care Act, for all of its shortcomings, it was the definitive legislative achievement of the Obama administration. And yet, following its passage, many Democrats didn't even mention it in their re-election campaigns, and some even ran against it. True, some Democrats tried to distance themselves from it as a result of the problematic rollout of the healthcare.gov website, but there were lots of Democrats who were running away from the ACA even before that. Healthcare reform has been one of the primary goals of the Democratic Party since Bill Clinton was president. They finally achieved it, or at least a measure of it, and they ran from it. Does that make any sense to you? If it does, maybe you should run for the DNC. You'd probably fit right in. Number 3, it gives up too much in the name of compromise. Don't misunderstand me here. I am not against compromise. Compromise is a very good and necessary thing in politics. The problem is the Democrats have a really bad habit of opening with a compromise instead of negotiating to one. For instance, it's widely believed that one of the reasons the public option did not ultimately make its way into the ACA is because the Democrats made it a part of their starting proposal and then had to retreat, whereas if they had shown up with a more progressive proposal, like a single-payer system, they could have held on to the public option as a fallback position. But unfortunately, the loss of the public option is not the only time the Democrats have suffered from fighting with the Republicans from a position of weakness. Number 4, it consistently misjudges the opposition. I can't be sure why Republicans have been so stubbornly uncompromising these last several years, although I suspect it may have something to do with the fact that President Obama is black and the Republican Party is a deeply racist institution, but it's just a guess. Whatever the reason, Democrats have repeatedly come to the table with Republicans presuming a level of civic responsibility and willingness to cooperate that simply are not there. During the Obama administration, the Republican Party has not given a shit about accomplishing anything other than keeping Obama from accomplishing anything. And this has been going on since the day after the 2008 election. You would think, by now, the Democrats would have caught on. Number 5, it's too often centered on the concerns of the privileged. For over a century, the Democrats have been the party of progress and social justice. That's why it feels like such a betrayal to many Democrats when they see their party pandering more toward corporate interests than to regular working-class folks. It's a big reason why the primary campaign of Bernie Sanders was so much more successful than many people anticipated, and I believe it is also the reason why there is such resentment lingering in the wake of Sanders failing to win the nomination. That and many of Sanders' most vocal supporters turned out to be sore losers and kind of paranoid. But that's neither here nor there. The most valuable lesson that the Democratic Party can learn from this primary season, and specifically the Sanders campaign, is this. They are the party of the poor, of the disenfranchised, of the marginalized, of the oppressed. That is their role. That is their value. If they forget that, then they're no good to anybody. Also, a lot of us are going to be fucked because two-party system. The hardest part is picking only 5. Catch you next time. Hey folks, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe, and please consider helping me to make more videos like this one by supporting this channel through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Steve Shives to become a patron. Thanks for watching.